About 96, which is creditable, to be honest, but it does show the quality of player that exists in this tournament. When you have a tournament average of 32 per dart and you don't finish in the top four. Barney is just below the three-figure score, 99.44. Brilliant over 11 weeks of competition in his case. Of course, he was involved last week in a challenge match against Adrian Lewis, through brilliant there. But this is the match was the match when Barney's recovery started. It was the fourth game, it was in Belfast, and his first victory came against Terry Jenkins. Barney, Nigel, has 4 times had a three-figure average score over the 11 weeks. He's going a long way there to making it a fifth. And the highest was this one against Jenkins in Belfast, his first win. He beat Jenkins 8-4.
Yep, 106.5 he averaged on that occasion at the Odyssey Arena, Barneveld. We mentioned that poor start that he made, but, well, he really is a class player and has made a flying start here at Barneveld. Jenkins a mile behind in the first leg of this game. Barneveld will be desperate to move onwards and upwards and finish as high as he can in the table. He can do nothing about who he's going to face in that semi-final in Wembley, but he's off to a great start, a 1-0 lead here, and of course the final league positions will be decided on the last game of the night. What a great leg of darts to start us off here.
Well, you don't get much better than a 10-darter. There's only one throw can beat the 10-darter, the perfect, of course, 9-dart finish. Barney, brilliant 10-darter to start with. Fantastic.
Got that 9-darter at the Ali Pali in the World Championships, of course. Jenkins has got a pretty good record in the White Mackay Premier League over the last 3 seasons, but this year just slightly disappointed that he didn't push for the top 4. Barry Bates in town tonight, popular Welshman here in Cardiff tonight. Barry, who we see regularly, of course, on the PDC circuit throughout the year. And I'm sure we'll see him in action later this year on Sky Sports.
Yes, good 140. Just dropped that one for the 180 he was seeking. In fact, Nigel, rather. Oh, brilliant stuff. I broke off then, half anticipating that Barneveld might get a second maximum, and he obliged. Fabulous game this already. We're seeing astronomical averages. Another 180. That's the first for Jenkins. 3 already in the match. Oh yes, they always put in a fine match, these two, and they're not disappointing here, Nigel.
Well, what an effort for a 161 finish from Barneveld. Now Jenkins for 41. Tops he needs for 1 apiece, and there's no mistake there from the ball from about an hour up the road from here in Ledbury in Herefordshire. Terry Jenkins, plenty of support for him tonight. It's 1 apiece, and what a start from both these players as Barneveld goes close to another maximum.
Yeah, you've seen a match and a half here. They always do provide a good game, these two. One of the best Premier League games in the 5-year history of the competition was between these two at Sheffield a couple of years ago, when both players averaged well over the 100, and that's what they're doing here. And I was going to say before I was interrupted, hardly rudely though, by a 180, was that Jenkins' best performance in the Premier League this year, average-wise, was in that game against Barneveld at the Odyssey Arena in Belfast, when he averaged 101. The only time he's got over 3 figures.
Yeah, what a game it was. 8-6 was the score in Belfast back on February the 26th. And here on the final night of the regular league competition, both of them are putting on a great show for us again here in Cardiff, with the finals at Wembley just a couple of weeks or so away on the 25th of May.
Somebody suggested to me earlier today that because Barneveld still had something effectively to play for and Jenkins didn't, that this would be one-sided. I said, you don't know Terry Jenkins. He's as competitive as any player in these championships in this tournament, and he won't be giving an inch tonight, I can assure you. Apart from the fact that there's 32.5 grand for the person who finishes fifth. I think that's 5,000 more than the person who finishes seventh.
Looking for the 170 with this visit, Jenkins, but setting himself up. Perhaps won't get the opportunity though, because Barneveld has been superb. Needs tops. That's a bit of a surprise as he goes for double 10 and a 2-1 lead over Terry Jenkins now. And a fine game developing. Barneveld averaging almost 111 here, and really has got off to a great start. But Jenkins will match him, don't worry about that. Even though, as you said earlier, John, certain conversations are that Jenkins is out of the frame for the top four. Pride's at stake here, as well as prize money in the league table. And both players doing a great job here.
Yes, that's right. They're all professionals, these lads, and Jenkins is well aware of what this could mean in terms of the arrangement, the final arrangement of the top four. Let's see, Parney's average 113, 112, you can say. This is a brilliant start. This is where, in a game, an average really does start to mean something. Once you're into the fourth, fifth leg of a match, then it's beginning to big enough sample for you to be able to say, yeah, he's throwing really well, consistently.
Finish from Barneveld. Well, he's already hit 6 ton 40s in the game so far, Barneveld. That is a measure of the consistency of the man in this match. And now Barneveld to try and break the throw with a 1-2-1 finish. Can he get it?
Well, treble 20 for double 18. He likes to go that way. I'm not going to say anything. I don't like that way personally, but he's chosen that way, as a few others have as well. But he'll be back, won't he, for 56 for a 3-1 lead, as you say, Nigel, against the throw. All important, therefore.
Double 18 he's going for now. Still got the target and makes no mistake, second time of asking.